Hello. I am trying the uh the StreamYard. I haven't used it in a long time. I have signed up for it and I haven't tried it out at all. But I'm going to try it now. What I'm going to do is experiment with using this logo because this is one of my favorite logos of a dolphin, and also the scenery is really, really fun to play with on StreamYard. A lot of YouTubers are familiar with StreamYard and they do a nice job with it. And I like the way it works for me as well. This is Animal Advocate. I just wanted to let you know I have been on YouTube off and on, and a couple of my experiences were, mostly with animals, raising bees, and taking care of family affairs. Well, this discussion is going to be with a couple of my favorite people on YouTube are now not getting along, which is really unfortunate. There's Michi X and Goddess Masterpiece, who I thought were pretty good YouTubers. And even though I've had my difficulties with a few things, it is still going on. And I was really surprised at this disagreement that came up. Now, there are videos pertaining to it already, so you can go to either of the videos with Michi X or with Goddess Masterpiece and look it up and listen to both their sides of everything. Actually, it's a shame because I thought one was mentoring the other and they would get along just fine. But I think people have a tendency to outgrow each other, if you will. And this is a perfect example. Now, I think personally, Goddess Masterpiece has done much better based on the videos that I saw from uh, Michi X telling about their beef. Goddess Masterpiece has gotten much better at, organizing her life, and she's made good decisions about what's going to keep happening with her. There are still bumps in the road for her, but that's for everybody. So I wish the best for her, actually. Even though she excluded me out of her circle, um, it's still, I still like to see women succeed. And if she feels good about herself and is maturing and growing, that's all that matters to me. Michi X has always been my favorite YouTuber as far as the ladies' YouTube because she helps people build businesses, ignites knowledge, and also has very interesting opinions about things. For that matter, that fits into uh, my life as far as understanding where she's coming from. So I'm not uh, interested in all the other people's angry opinions of her because there's a lot of people that turned on her, or she turned on a few people, for her own reasons. But it's just weird to me that a person who really is reaching out to the community gets so much flack. But that also reminds me of a fully raw Christina who is a raw vegan and has done a beautiful job displaying her nutritional plans as far as reading, doing raw vegan diet, which is kind of a difficult diet to follow. But she has made it a lot easier for people who don't understand how to do it. And she got a lot of flack from people. She was made fun of, she was mistreated, and this was actually within the raw vegan community, which I think is a terrible thing to do to people. She's kind-hearted. She's very nice looking woman. She's got actually, her her family's well off, so that she was able to catapult her life and live the life of a dream in Hawaii on her own. Uh, Actually, I would consider it not a farm, but a lot of property with trees and plants and everything. She grows her own food, which is a wonderful thing. Because nowadays that the food prices have gone up and everything's messing up in this country, it's nice to be able to do that and to be able to do it healthily. Because a lot of times, when I have to grow food, there's varmints and all kinds of parasites to get to the food, insects and infections that get on the food, and you have to spray that stuff for it to even survive enough to grow. And that's what kills off the nutritional value of the food and makes it toxic, was when you have to use chemicals to protect it so it can grow. It'll grow, but it's not good to eat by that time. My husband grows food, and believe me, it's a challenge. Every year, we don't get a crop every year because somebody comes and eats it up, or it dies because of a fungus. If he doesn't treat the crop, and it also, if it's too hot, it'll burn it up. You have to water it all the time, and it's not as easy as you think to grow your food. It's a big project. So I value what Christina has done, and just to look at her in her videos, like show all those beautiful mangoes and pineapples, and she grows about 5 different types of pineapples. It's amazing, all those beautiful foods that she grows. And she started out just starting on a meat-free diet, and no cooked vegetables, no, nothing cooked, and she was able to feed herself and even make herself well from serious health problems with her nutrition. So anybody that wants to go over there and check her channel out, I would love for people to start transitioning to that eating style, because we have a lot of obesity in this country. And it's pretty sad, Now, with the beef with Masterpiece and Michi X, Michi X would have never got upset with this woman, um, if she had been a somewhat gracious. I mean, unfortunately, people who get help sometimes can't accept help graciously, or they think they're doing for you more than you really think they're doing. And I personally don't think Goddess Masterpiece has the capability of really helping Michi at all, because she's barely helping herself. And I'm not saying this to be unkind, but she claims she helped promote Michi and get her some money and clients and stuff. And I'm like, well, I doubt it. But maybe she did. But just because you tell people about people does not mean you make them any different money than what they would have gotten if you hadn't. I think the lady is made because she worked hard to get to where she is. Now she doesn't have to work as hard because she's worked smart. So I would sign up for any classes that she may be promoting or whatever. Just like with classes that maybe were fully raw Christina. If you want to succeed in something, look at somebody who has succeeded. Uh, and they'll tell you how they'll succeed sometimes if they're generous at heart. So I will be continuing to go over some of these things because I am concerned about these people's well-being, and I don't see as much beefing on YouTube anymore. You know why? Because it's not popular anymore. People are sick of it, and I'm kind of sick of it myself. I mean, because it's really unnecessary. If you don't like people, just leave them alone. You know, you don't have to pick on them. And picking on people is like going and being in romper room in kindergarten and just being nasty to one another. And children not shouldn't be encouraged to do that either. And I think the bully committees are they're getting unpopular. It used to be a time it was exciting to, people really got into bullying people and mistreating everybody, but I think it's not popular anymore. Uh, so that's why I think it's going away. And thank goodness, because there's so many good things you can do with YouTube. I see so many wonderful things on YouTube. I've learned how to work with bees on YouTube. I've learned if you have issues with training your animals like dogs, they even have a lady on there who trains rabbits, who tells you how to look after rabbits. Now, personally, I'm not a rabbit fan. I like them. I think they're cute, but they are rodents, and I don't really want to own them because they do what rodents do. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Uh, but I just think that there's so many good things that be on YouTube, and you don't even have to filter them through much. All you have to do is put in a search, and it's there. So I'm hoping it'll go in a better direction. And also, YouTube has put in some rules and regulations according to these things as well, because they really needed to at one time. It was getting really vicious out there. So, at any rate, that's my update. Thank you for listening. I hope this comes out okay because I'm not going to be doing the phone YouTube much. I mean, I want to do the StreamYard because I think it looks a lot more professional. So have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with you.